Well, someone that we really think a lot of. He's an excellent artist. He's a cartoonist. He did the Archie comics and many, many others. We have with us today G Kapitan. Good morning, George.
Yeah, good morning to you.
Tell us how you got started as a cartoon artist.
Long time ago, when I told my dad that I wanted to become a cartoonist, he said, "George, you'll never make any money doing that. Try to become a baker. Come into my business there." Well, subsequently, Charles Schultz, the creator of Peanuts, made about $54 million last year, and I hate to tell you some of the incomes. I never reached that pinnacle, but I'm enjoying a sense of popularity today, for which I'm thankful for this station and you, Ann.
Well, we just admire your work so very, very much. But in addition to doing the Archie comics, and they were very popular for years and still are, they're considered quite a collector's item, aren't they?
Yes, yes they are. Actually, I wrote the Archie comics. I wrote that with Harry Sahle, who became one of the artists there. In fact, Harry was responsible for me getting into this whole business. He said, one day he said, "George, you're pretty good at coming up with ideas. He said, come up with an idea for a comic book." And this is what I came up with. The first one was Airman, right over here. Mm-hmm. This was Airman. Because the second one made history and became the Green Giant.
Yeah, the Green Giant.
Oh, yeah, the Green Giant. And there he is there. And he only came out in one issue, but today, if you put this one comic book that I own, I'd love to think what I could get for it in an auction there. I think 10,000 or better on that. Yeah.
Well, you know, people love comic books still. All ages read them, and some of them are so. Your characters were always heroes. They were there to defend and protect, and then we think about the days of Archie and and how you think about, and there's a movie coming out with the Archie and Veronica and all those characters.
Sure.
Will you get any of the benefits from that, George?
Did I what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I said, would you get any of the benefits? You know, they're making a movie on your work.
No, unfortunately, in those days, nobody got royalties. Apropos of what happened to Joe Shuster and the creators of Superman, they never were on a royalty basis. When they brought the movie out, they did give them $25,000 there. However, I was instrumental in creating the Black Widow, which they're actually making a movie of now. This is the first issue of the Black Widow there. As you see, Harry Sahle's name is up there, and my byline is there. If we had gotten royalties in those days, I would own the studio.
You would, and you probably wouldn't have time to do on the morning show with us either. But now, George, since you have, I said, retired in a sense, you don't do quite as much as you did in the area of cartoon. You become a driftwood sculptor, is that right?
Yes, not sculpting. I don't mean to demean sculpting wood. That's another area. I look at a piece of driftwood and bring out what I see in it. In this case,
so maybe we could say driftwood designer. Would that be better, maybe?
Yes, very, very, very well said. And no two pieces are alike. I have roughly almost 100 pieces. One day I'm going to have hopefully a national show. They've never been offered for sale yet. I have gotten as high as $500 a piece there, and the owners of Gulf World were one that they own two pieces there, and I stopped the sale. I wanted to create a better atmosphere of what the art was all about. And currently, I'll be displaying some of this in the 15th Street flea market. I'll be there most every weekend. And incidentally, I may have a school going on the inside one day.
Well, I believe you will, George. And are any of your comic books for sale now?
Yes, they are. As a matter of fact, I do give out autographs at this flea market. And one of the reasons I'm at a flea market is because you do find many, many collectors there. And as opposed to, say, opening up a comic book store. I want to introduce the history of comics to people. I'm going to have a semi-museum. I'm going to have very rare pieces. Incidentally, these two paintings on my right, There's one. Were done by Carl Borgos in the 50s, I believe, the early 50s, when he kind of semi-retired from doing the Human Torch. He was the creator of the Human Torch.
Wow.
Carl and I did a lot of work together. This is one of his pieces of artwork. I did the story on this here. I do have the book itself. Yes, there are books for sale, and I do sell them at mostly autographed books at the 15th Street Flea Market.
Well, George, I know you're going to have a lot of fans that are going to show up and get your autograph, and we do appreciate your being on the morning show today. If you would like to call George, he's a wonderful speaker. He can tell you all about the history of comic books and some of the art forms that he has introduced to you. You can call him at 904-233-8290. And George, we wish you continued success. Thank you for joining us today on the morning show.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we'll have you back, okay?
And one day we should have breakfast together.
I want to do that. That's a promise.
Okay.
George
fine.
Kapitan, delightful gentleman, artist, cartoonist, and now a driftwood designer. We'll be right back, and we will talk with Sam O'Connell about silver. Stay with us.